Hello everybody and welcome back to another Pokemon news, rumors, and leaks, well, weekly. I'm Rob, this is presented by the Game House, and I'm excited to talk to you today because we've got a lot to go over actually today. There will be some pretty significant rumors that we will be going over in this episode, along with some fun announcements that I think to start, off the year will be fun. But yeah, before we dive too deep, make sure to like and subscribe as always. We're putting out new Pokemon content every single day, well, basically. So make sure that you're not missing out on all the different Let's Plays and, questions that are being answered, tier lists that we're making, all of that fun stuff. And then, let me know in the comment section below which of these things are you most excited for. I think there are going to be a few things that you guys will enjoy, but let's hop into it. Stop wasting some time, and we're going to start with the Pokemon TCG. They have decided to announce their next set. We already know that there's a new set I think it's Prismatic Evolutions that's either coming out or has already come out depending on when you've watched this video. But the next one is going to be Scarlet and Violet Journey Together, and I actually recently wrote an article about this over at the Game House, and it is expected to be coming out on March 28th, 2025. It's going to have trainers like N, Iono, Lily, Hop, and so many more. You can actually check out the Japanese version, as these are generally announced earlier, or well, actually released even earlier in Japan than they are here, normally by a full set at least. So pretty cool stuff that's going to be coming from there. They're going to have their trainer Pokemon with them, right? So you can see Zoroark here with N, which is really, really cool. And I expect this to be a pretty popular set. So that's the big thing as well. They are going to be getting Latin American, well, I guess trainers in Latin America will soon be able to enjoy Pokemon TCG in Latin American Spanish. And this will be the first time that they have made cards like this. So even for collectors, that could be something big, obviously from people in the Latin American community, and that doesn't just mean the United States, obviously. That means, all around the Americas. This should be a pretty big deal, so very excited for them. Really cool update from them as well. We continue on here with Pokemon TCG Pocket, not the news that we were hoping for. I also wrote a piece about when is trading coming. I don't understand why they've taken so long to not only announce that, but to even announce what's going to be coming, next. What is the next set going to be? We've got Mythical Islands, and that's been great, but I know a lot of people who are close to or have already completed, that entire set at this point. So the goal is going to be, I would assume that we're going to hear something by next week, is kind of my thought process. But right now we do have a Wonder Pick event going on with Charmander and Squirtle that you can get. If you've played the game, you know what this is. It's the Chansey pick. It's the free Wonder Pick that you get as you attempt to try to collect both of these cards. They're not super hard to get, but it is a little fun event for some fun promo cards. Along with this, Pokemon Go just announced very recently that they are going to have, or where their Pokemon Go Fests are going to be. They've been having them for years now at this point, especially after COVID, right? And the calendar dates here are going to be May 29th to June 1st for Osaka, Japan. Then it's going to be in the United States from June 6th till June 8th in Jersey City. And last, it will end in Paris, France, June 13th through the 15th. So if you're looking to get together with people to go out, catch some Pokemon, have some fun, battle, trade, raid, all of those kinds of things, that's where you're going to want to go. And they likely will have some new addition to the game, whether it's new Pokemon or, maybe it'll even be stuff getting us ready for Pokemon Legends ZA, which I'm hoping will be out by that point. So maybe they'll tie some stuff in with that as well for Pokemon Go Fest. But pretty cool little announcement there. Pokemon Go also announced that Black Kyurem and White Kyurem are going to be added to the game. Debut with Pokemon Fusion, which is going to be interesting. In, I guess, the Pokemon Go Tour, Unova, Los Angeles, New Taipei City, following their global debut on March 1st. So we will be getting those in just a couple weeks, just, a little under 2 months, basically, as Pokemon Go really starts to focus on Unova. A lot of people believe that this doesn't have anything to do with Black and White and Black and White 2 remakes coming. I still really fully believe that this is going to happen. We've been waiting on this for a long time, so I'm hopeful, extremely hopeful, that we are going to get lucky and that we will get the Black and White 2 or Black and White 1 remakes. I think that would be amazing. Let's head into the leaks now, though. So here we go. This one isn't super surprising, but in a data mine of Pokemon Go, they found Pokemon Presents information. Now, this is going to, I guess, mostly confirm that we're getting a Pokemon Presents on Pokemon Day for February 27th, which we kind of already expected. They have set that expectation for us now over the last few years that on Pokemon Day, we will get a Pokemon Presents where they will announce a bunch of new stuff. I guess I kind of forgot about this, but in the past, they didn't necessarily always do a huge announcement on Pokemon Day. I guess that has changed. That's a much smarter marketing technique. I don't know why it took them almost 20 plus years at this point to make that happen, but that's how they did it. So really cool stuff. And this is going to go along with the Unova stuff. As you can see right here, you can see my mouse. I'm circling Unova. And this is just for that tour. I think even people are trying to say, hey, like down here, the Unova stuff doesn't necessarily mean that we are getting those games. I, again, personally believe that that is the case. I really do. I don't see why they wouldn't do those remakes. Why would they stop at BDSP? While those games were not super well received in terms of, I know a lot of people liked them. People, I think, misunderstand what I mean by super well received. There are tiers to super well received, right? Something's not well received when it's like a 2 or a 3 out of 10, right? Those games were well above a 6, I would say, at a minimum for most people. They just didn't hit certain areas that people have been hoping for. It was a 1-for-1 carbon copy. Like, it just didn't do a lot like some of the other ones, right? Like, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire added new Mega Pokemon and obviously changed, from the 2D to 3D. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, even to this day, are considered to be some of the best games. They made a lot of really major changes that I'm, not remembering off the top of my head, but those happened. So, and then obviously Fire Red and Leaf Green made a big step up too. So it would just make sense that they're going to make a remake of Black and White and Black and White 2, or at least one of them, or maybe they're going to combine them, or maybe they're just going to do 2. I don't know, but I am almost certain they're going to make those remakes. There's something in me that feels like they're going to announce those to come out this year, but I think maybe even next year at the absolute latest. But I do think that while this kind of lines up with how they've been doing things, Pokemon is very particular about when they release things and how they do things to all coincide and come together at the same time. So I wouldn't be surprised on that whatsoever. The next one is potentially a big one. Pokemon Legends ZA, this light 88 person on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to use it for, says probably an error, but Amazon is saying that the release of Pokemon Legends ZA will be on Friday 15th, August 2025. Some users are reporting this on UK Amazon accounts. As per default, should say the 31st of December 2025 if the game has no release date. I would be very surprised. Amazon makes mistakes all the time. They do accidentally reveal things well before they are supposed to. I do think that there is a bunch of stuff that's going to be getting announced about the Nintendo Switch 2, which I'll talk about here in a second, and Pokemon Legends ZA in the next 45 days, right? Like 40 to 45 days, I should say. I think at the absolute latest, we will hear something at the end of February about Pokemon Legends ZA, including a release date. That being said, this feels weird. While they have made mistakes in the past, I first off am going to say this. I don't think they're going to release it for 50 euros. I believe that's pretty close to $50, maybe $60 for the United States. I think that it's going to be $70 minimum. I also do not think that they would be the ones to put out this release date, and because I don't believe that it's going to be that late. I continue to hear and see rumors, and we like the Nintendo Switch 2 has basically been all but leaked completely. I'm not going to show those on here because I don't want Nintendo coming after me, but you can go find it over on Google, Reddit, everywhere, even IGN now at this point is talking about it because there was a major like gaming event. I think it was like CES or something like that. That was in the last, couple of days since this recording, and the entire thing was basically shown there by a third-party developer or by somebody who was making products for it, and they got their hands on one, and they were showing off at least the design of it. I don't know what Nintendo or Pokemon are waiting to do at this point. You figure that they would, call an audible, change the play, whatever, and decide to just release some of this stuff because it's all getting leaked. They're not going to surprise many people unless if these leaks are just intentionally wrong, right? Like, unless if they've been feeding bad information to find out who's screwing them over and take these leaks out. I wouldn't be surprised to see Pokemon do that after the Terra leaks, but it's basically already here, and a lot of the rumors are stating, like, there are people who are saying, who are like big, either leakers or people who are big in terms of like knowing the news or knowing people within Nintendo, who are saying that they are 99% sure that in March, we are going to be getting the Nintendo Switch 2. They will have launch titles. Why would they wait for Legends ZA all the way until August? They've had so many years to work on this game. They already announced it. I'd have to think that they are further along to where at the latest we'd be getting it at the beginning of the summer, not at the end of the summer. And if you're going to release it in August, why not just wait? I know people are going to hate me, but why not just wait a couple more months and wait until the holiday season when you can make it like the biggest freaking game that comes out in Q4? August just truly makes no sense to me. I think this was just an accident. I think somebody may have just pressed the wrong button or put in the wrong date, or maybe this was initially going to be the date and they've changed it. I don't know. We were surprised when Pokemon Legends Arceus came out. I believe it was in February, or maybe even March. I don't know. It was like before Pokemon Day, even potentially, if I remember correctly. So like, Pokemon operates on their own clock, but they are relatively consistent enough to where you can start to predict certain trends and ways that they do things. I don't know if things have changed since the Terra leaks. There are so many rumors out there that those really upset Pokemon Company and the Pokemon Company, and they decided to move revealing anything till a later date. I don't know why they would do that. Nothing about the games that are coming up had anything to do with the leaks. I know that the leaker had access to all of that stuff, but decided not to put it out there. So they're like probably, one of a very few people outside of the company who knows what's going on in that regard. But I would be surprised is all. I'd really be surprised. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comment section below. I think the Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out soon. I think Pokemon Legends ZA is going to be coming out soon. And I think we will get a lot of information, potentially even before Pokemon Day with the Pokemon Presents. But I think put in your calendar, February 27th is the absolute last day that I can see us not getting some official communication from the Pokemon Company. I would be shocked if they went any later than that, and if they released their game in August, I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised to say the least. I don't really care as long as it's still coming out in 2025. I will be happy. The sooner the better, though, because man, oh man, this drought has been a lot, and I know that you guys are probably sick of everybody, including myself, just giving news updates about the leaks that are coming. You want us to talk about the games, things that we're seeing in it, all that kind of stuff as well, and I can tell you I do too. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, but that's going to wrap it up for us on this episode. So with that, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.